that. Watch this Fabrizio Romano's comment.
Yes, Fernandez story. And also, don't forget how tense was the situation between Chelsea and Manchester City for the Enzo Maresca appointment, and this is also having an impact, for example, not only on the Enzo story, but also on the Pedro Neto story. Manchester City have an interest in Pedro Neto. Manchester City spoke with the agent of Pedro Neto more than once, so there's been a conversation. Pedro Neto is on Man City list to replace Savigno, who is a target for Tottenham, but at the moment, the gap evaluation is a big gap also for Pedro Neto. I would say it's a similar situation because Chelsea are also happy with Pedro Neto. Chelsea are not desperate to sell Pedro, and so at the moment there is difficulties to advance on this deal because of the gap and because of what happened with the Maresca appointment. Then guys,
just the same way I said in my previous video, if you not watch that, my previous video concerning Enzo Fernandez, Fabrizio made it very, very clear the stance of Chelsea. Chelsea are not interested in selling any player. And at the same time, you can imagine the owners that we have. They will always want to do business. They love to do business. So Chelsea is not interested to sell Pedro Neto. Yes, that is the truth. Chelsea is not, because this is a player who has energy. And look at the match against AC Milan where Xabi Alonso had to use him as a right wing back. That should remind you of who? That should remind you of under Conte when Victor Moses was used in the same role and he excelled very well. Believe you me, if Xabi Alonso continues to use Pedro Neto as a right wing back, you will be shocked and you will be surprised. Enzo Maresca and Man City will get either of Enzo Fernandez or Pedro Neto before this transfer window runs out. They will get either of those two. They might not be able to buy the two, but they will get either of those two. To me, the most likely option to me, I think, is Pedro Neto, because look at Savio is no more there. So Enzo Maresca, this is the type of player Enzo Maresca is even looking for. So there was a Raheem Sterling, and he said he didn't like Raheem Sterling. He preferred Pedro Neto. So you can understand why he wants Pedro Neto. And again, there's another thing. Do well to like this video and also follow and subscribe, because I want to tell you, Man City right now, I don't know what Enzo Maresca is building. I'm seriously looking at the players Enzo Maresca is letting go, the likes of Rodri. I'm going to do the analysis in the next video, comparing Enzo Fernandez with all the midfields in Man City currently right now. So do well to subscribe and follow this channel so that you don't get to miss that video, because if you're not liking and subscribing, you might not get to see our next video. So Pedro Neto is a likely option to go to Manchester City, and Chelsea have made it clear they are not interested to sell. And this is one thing I just love about Chelsea. Chelsea will tell you they are not interested. They love doing business and they know how to do it. That's why everybody, every pundit, every analyst, and every other club, they are jealous in Chelsea. Like, how do Chelsea do it? Chelsea will still sell Disasi. They might sell Disasi for £25 million, and you'll be like, how did they do it? Even Tosin that was free, you will be shocked on the transfer amount they will collect on Tosin. So it is very clear, £70 million on Pedro Neto. If you have the money, we will sell. If you don't have the money, we are not interested to sell. It is very, very clear. And don't forget, there's still a Malo Gusto. Yes, so I'm very, very confident Enzo Maresca will still get either of those three as well, because I forgot Malo Gusto. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Do you think Man City and Enzo